And the music plays on in 5 minutes on tour with the Kersal Flyers. Tonight's Rock Doc.
Moviedrome discovers the ultimate escape movies.
Welcome to Alcatraz.
Robert Bresson's classic of tenacity against the Nazis. Clint Eastwood, the prisoner in Alcatraz.
No one has ever escaped from Alcatraz. And no one ever will.
A Moviedrome double bill. Escape from Alcatraz and A Man Escaped. Starting Sunday at 10:35 on BBC2.
Now on BBC2, the burning question is who's escaping the deluge and who's not. Here's Rob McElwee.
Hello again. Well, most people would treat a holiday as something of an escape. That is, of course, unless you live in Llandudno, unless you went to Llandudno. This is the area that developed into that huge thunderstorm that's flooded the place. That's what, something like 40 or 50 miles long, almost all of it thunderstorms. Well, Epping also, or at least this area, Epping and Ongar, had a thunderstorm last night, also caused floods, though on a much smaller scale. As you can see, this thing just brushed through in a matter of an hour and a half or so. Gave quite a bit of rain, certainly, and it all channeled down roads and alleyways and what have you, and immediately you have deep water. 89 millimetres is actually what fell out of the sky. Roughly, what, 2.5 inches, 3.5 inches. Throughout the rest of the day, though, down through Wales and most of Devon and Cornwall, that's where the rain sat, and it sat, and it sat, and it rained, and it was very heavy. The worst of the rain was actually in the middle of Wales, not far away from Aberystwyth, just to the south, on the southern part of Cardigan Bay. And indeed, Aberporth had 77 millimetres up to about 6 o'clock in the evening, and it was still raining. But if you look a little bit further south than that, that rain never actually reached the southern part of Cornwall, never got any further south than Tintagel. So in St Ives, for example, wasn't a bad day at all. Not that warm, must be admitted, and pretty windy. That's all going to change, but only subtly. I think what will happen is the rain will move in, because there's this low pressure, and that's responsible for it, moves slowly east during the next 24 hours or so the rain will spread out, fan out from it. It'll leave a large part of Wales behind and move down in towards Cornwall. At the same time, winds will become lighter over Wales, but they'll still be very strong, gusting, 45, 50 miles an hour over Cornwall and across in towards the English Channel, down towards the Channel Islands as well. It's hardly small boat weather. That wind is going to make it feel very cold, especially in the rain as well. 13 degrees, it's wet and it's windy. No, that's cold. The same up in northern Scotland. Though it'll be dry here, it's a cold northeasterly wind. 12 degrees also, that's not going to feel very nice. But at 20 degrees down the southwestern highlands with virtually no wind, and I think the skies will be almost blue at some time, it's going to be beautiful. Could be the best place to be. Elsewhere, it's very, very different. Down the east coast, we've got an onshore breeze, not very warm there, but get some shelter inland and avoid the showers. Not bad around the Bristol area. Mind you, it's going to do a lot better in the rest of Europe. This is what happened during Friday. For example, Vienna was up to 28, down throughout the Mediterranean, mostly in the high 20s. Did set off quite a few thunderstorms here as well, and these are big ones as well, but these are not quite as unusual as the ones we just had recently back in the British Isles. Tonight, that thunder will continue to rumble around a little bit in the northern part of the Midlands, possibly in Northern Ireland. Generally, it'll turn very misty and cloudy everywhere, the rain still falling down in the southwest. Not a particularly warm night, not a cold night, nothing to talk about really. The morning will also start pretty dull, except maybe in western Scotland, but it should brighten up in most places. I think generally a cloudy day with 1 or 2 showers possible anywhere, but the main rain still through the southwest of Wales, down through Devon and Cornwall as well. Into Sunday, we get that front out of the way, we bring a northerly wind in, so eventually things brighten up. Not very warm. I think we'll see the rain disappear completely during Monday. Should be a fine day for almost all of us, but rain is going to edge in from the west later on. Enjoy it. Bye-bye.
Arrivederci la dolce vita. Buongiorno, the new hero. A new religion. Art sans frontières. And the principles of pleasure. Fashion is, of course, forever. From the land of political turmoil and sun-dried tomatoes, The Late Show, Italian Week, starting Monday at 11:15 on BBC2.
Now, tonight's Rock Doc, a little later than planned, takes us back to the 70s and a second house film that went out on the road with an upwardly mobile band to see what life was like behind the scenes. Melvyn Bragg sets the stage.